Let me ask you something. If your elderly mother suddenly started sleeping more, would you think it's COVID? If your grandfather seemed a little confused or lost his appetite for a few days, would you rush him to get tested? Most people wouldn't. In fact, most would say, well, he's just getting older, or maybe she didn't sleep well last night. And that's exactly why this new COVID challenge in 2025 is so dangerous. Welcome to the quiet symptoms no one is talking about. The ones that are sneaking up on seniors across America and being completely ignored. I know. COVID fatigue is real. We're all tired of hearing about it. The world has mostly moved on. Masks are off. Restaurants are full. Grandkids are back in school and hugging their grandparents again. But here's the truth, the virus didn't get the memo. And now in 2025, it's not coming back in a loud, dramatic way like in 2020. It's coming back quietly, silently, especially for the elderly. And that's why we need to talk. Because this time around, it's not about coughs and fevers and packed emergency rooms. It's about people over 65 who are suddenly more tired, more confused, or just not quite themselves. And instead of rushing to help, their families are brushing it off. But behind those subtle changes, there could be a dangerous new variant at work. It's called XEC25. You won't see it trending on Twitter. It's not making major headlines. But in hospital rooms, in senior living facilities, and in quiet homes across the country, it's showing up in ways we haven't seen before. And seniors are paying the price. In this video, I want to walk with you. No fear, no panic, just the facts. And more importantly, what you can do about it. We'll look at the strange new symptoms many older adults are experiencing, why they're being ignored, what makes this year's variant different from the last, and 5 simple steps that could save a life. Maybe it's your parent, maybe it's your neighbor, maybe it's you. Whoever it is, you're here because you care. And I promise by the end of this video, you'll be better prepared to protect the people who matter most. So let's begin. Let's talk about what's really happening to seniors in 2025 and why the warning signs are being missed. Because recognizing the truth, that's the first step to staying safe. So what exactly is going on in 2025? Why are more and more seniors showing up at hospitals with unexpected symptoms? And why is no one connecting the dots? Let's take a closer look. The variant we're talking about is called XEC25. You probably haven't heard much about it. It's not causing big outbreaks in schools, it's not crashing economies, but it is slipping through the cracks and landing a lot of seniors in serious condition. Here's what makes this one different. It doesn't show up the way COVID used to. No coughing fits, no high fevers, no sudden loss of smell. Instead, XEC25 is stealthy. In seniors, the symptoms are quiet, easy to miss, and often mistaken for something else. Things like feeling more tired than usual, becoming forgetful or confused, losing interest in eating, having trouble sleeping, feeling dizzy or off balance. Sound familiar? To a lot of families, these symptoms just seem like normal aging. Oh, she's just having a foggy day. Or he's been moving slower lately, maybe he didn't sleep well. But here's the truth, when all those little things start happening around the same time, they're not just signs of getting older. They could be signs of something much more serious. Doctors are calling it COVID in disguise. And because seniors often don't show the dramatic symptoms, the virus goes undetected for too long. By the time someone realizes something is wrong, they're already struggling with breathing or heart issues or worse. So why is this happening now? Well, a few reasons. First, seniors' immune systems naturally weaken with age. Even if they were fully vaccinated in the past, that protection fades faster for older adults. Second, XEC25 has evolved to get around some of the defenses we built with past vaccines and boosters. It's sneakier, it's smarter. Third, testing isn't as common anymore. Without widespread testing like we had in 2020 and 2021, a lot of mild or unusual cases are going completely unnoticed. And finally, many seniors live alone or in facilities where small changes can be missed. If there's no one around to notice that mom's not eating as much or grandpa's walking differently, who's going to catch it? That's why videos like this matter, because now you know. And when you know what to look for, you can act. You don't need a medical degree to make a difference. You just need to pay attention. Let's pause here and do a quick check. Have you noticed anyone in your life who seems more tired than usual lately? Has someone close to you started forgetting small things or just doesn't seem like themselves? Are you caring for someone older and feeling unsure about what's normal anymore? These are the moments when awareness turns into action. So stay with me, because in the next part, I'm going to show you 5 simple, practical steps you can take today to protect your loved ones. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things. Let's keep going. You're already doing more than most just by being here. Now that you know what's happening, let's talk about what you can actually do about it. Because this part, it matters most. You don't have to overhaul your life. You don't need to panic, but you do need to plan a simple one. A plan that helps you stay ahead of this thing and keeps the people you love safer. So here it is, 5 small but powerful steps you can take starting today. Let's walk through them together. Step 1, recognize the new symptoms. This is your first line of defense. Make a short list of what we talked about earlier. Tiredness, confusion, appetite, loss, dizziness, changes in behavior. Print it out, tape it on the fridge, put it on your phone, share it with your family. This is not just a maybe list. These are real signs that something might be wrong. If you notice 2 or more happening at the same time in someone over 65, don't wait. Call their doctor. Ask for a test. It's better to be cautious than too late. Step 2, get the 2025 booster. Yes, even if you had one last year. Many seniors were vaccinated in 2021, 2022, even 2023. But immunity fades, and the new XEC25 variant is built differently. That's why health experts have created a new booster specifically for this year. It's designed to target the way XEC25 works in older bodies. Call your pharmacy, talk to your provider, check your local clinic. Ask directly, is this the new 2025 COVID booster? It's one shot that could prevent a hospital stay. Step 3, watch the quiet changes. This one's personal. You know your parent, your partner, your neighbor better than anyone. If something feels off, trust that instinct. If they're sleeping longer, skipping meals, walking differently, or just seem foggier than usual, don't explain it away. Don't assume it's just aging. Keep a small notebook or even voice memos on your phone to track changes. That way, if you talk to a doctor, you have something clear to show them. Remember, the earlier you catch COVID in a senior, the easier it is to treat. Step 4, use home tests even when there's no fever. Old COVID rules told us to test when we had a cough or a fever, but XEC25 doesn't play by those rules, especially not in older adults. So here's the new rule. If someone over 65 starts acting differently or seems unwell in any subtle way, use a rapid test. You can buy them online in most drugstores or get them free in some states. Keep a few on hand. And if the first test is negative, but symptoms continue, test again in 24-48 hours. Early testing saves lives. Step 5, stay connected gently. Isolation was one of the hardest parts of the early pandemic, and it's still a quiet threat for seniors. Check in, send a voice message, drop off soup, ask how they're sleeping, how they're eating, how they feel. You don't have to talk about COVID every time. In fact, it's better if you don't. Just be there. Just ask questions. Just notice the details. Because connection does 2 things. It strengthens the immune system, and it gives you a chance to spot something early. Now take a breath. You've just learned more than most people know about senior health and COVID in 2025. And look at you still here, still listening, still wanting to help. That tells me something powerful. You care deeply. You want to be prepared. You're the kind of person who notices what others miss. So here's what I want you to do next. Pick just one of the 5 steps above and do it today, not tomorrow, not when I have time. Today. And if you've already started doing these things, amazing. Keep going. Share this knowledge. You're not alone. There are millions of people just like you trying to keep their loved ones safe quietly every day. And together we can make a real difference. So now that you know the risks and the steps to stay ahead, here's the most important part. Take action, not in a month, not after something bad happens, but now. Because sometimes the difference between a close call and a crisis is just one small decision made early. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to fix everything. But if you take just one step forward today, you're already doing more than most. So let's make it real. Here are 3 things you can do this week. Start a conversation. Ask your loved one how they're really feeling. Not just the polite "how are you," but a deeper, honest check-in. How have you been sleeping? Are you feeling more tired lately? These questions open doors. They save lives. Check on someone who might be alone. If you know a senior who lives alone or in a facility, reach out. Even if it's just a phone call or quick visit, ask how they're doing. Watch for any signs we've talked about. Share this video or information with someone else. It could be a caregiver, a sibling, a neighbor, or a friend. You don't know who might need to hear it. You could be the reason someone catches the warning signs in time. Now let me ask you, have you noticed any subtle changes in someone you care about recently? What's one small thing you can do today to keep someone safe? If you're over 65 yourself, what support do you wish people around you understood better? Drop your answers in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Because this is how we learn from each other. And if this video helped you feel a little more confident or informed, would you take a moment to support this channel? Click the like button. It tells YouTube this is the kind of content that matters. Subscribe. I post weekly videos about health safety and practical support for seniors and their families. Things that actually help. Share this with someone you care about. It might be the nudge they need to take the first step. Before we go, let me remind you of something important. Just because a challenge is quiet doesn't mean it isn't dangerous. Just because someone looks fine doesn't mean they don't need help. And just because the world isn't watching anymore doesn't mean we should stop paying attention. You are part of the solution. Every check-in, every kind question, every small act of care, they matter. So thank you for being the kind of person who listens, learns, and acts. Together we can face 2025 not with fear but with wisdom. Until next time, take care of yourself and someone else too.